innovation, business news, latest figures from the stock market with in-depth analysis and even market survey. Let's journey through the ever-evolving world of business and economics, where we decode the latest market moves and provide you with the knowledge to navigate the intricate web of business challenges. This is Business Focus.
Nigerian banks continued to leverage fintech in the year 2023, generating a total revenue of 265.269 billion from their electronic businesses. Fintech companies raised a venture capital funding of $1.2 billion in 2022. In the first quarter of 2021, the Nigerian fintech industry generated about $293.2 million in revenue. That is with over 70% of the said revenue realized from foreign direct investments. There are 5 fintech unicorns in Africa, and 3 of which, InterSwitch, Flutterwave, and Paystack, are Nigerian companies. On Business Focus today, we'll be looking at how the fintech sector has evolved in Nigeria. Fintech has been able to accelerate financial inclusion with over 20 million new bank accounts opened via traditional banks and fintech companies, while also accelerating the financial inclusion strategy of the CBN by 20%. I am Maria Ado Zakari. This is Business Focus on Politics and Business TV. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back for the equity markets. Stay tuned.
Worried about complexities and dynamics of business in Nigeria? On Business Focus, we bring you insight from the forefront of industry innovation, business news, latest figures from the stock market with in-depth analysis and even market survey. Let's journey through the ever-evolving world of business and economics, where we decode the latest market moves and provide you with the knowledge to navigate the intricate web of business challenges. This is Business Focus.
Welcome back from that break. We will begin by looking at the numbers. We'll start with the equity market. We'll start with the highest trades as of close of market yesterday. And our highest trades for today, topping the list, we have Transco with trade at 68 and the volume of 19,791,000 at the value of 167,633,000. UBA follows closely with 57 trades at 2,204,000 and at the value of 56,239,000. Access follows closely with 55 trades at the volume of 1,579,000 at the value of 36,460,000. We'll look at the top losers as of close of market yesterday and our top gainers. Our top gainers starts with Multiverse at 10% and Transco at also positive 10%. Infinity is third on the list with positive 9.97%. Our losers as of close of market yesterday, that's our bottom losers, are Tantalizer tops the list. Tantalizer with negative 10%. Thomas White with negative 9.87%, 9.86%. Negative 9.86% and Chip with negative 9.32%. We'll take a look at the commodity markets today and we'll start with the commodity top performer. Our commodity top performer as of close of market yesterday is EEX Strom-Felix base load year future at 2.51%. lumber at 1.74%, and we have lead at 1.19% and live cattle at 1.07%. Feeder cattle flows closely with 0.98%. We'll take a look at some of our commodities for today. Let's take a look at some of our commodities. Okay, some of our commodities for today. We have the precious metal. Topping the list is gold at 0.20%, positive 4.00%. Palladium follows closely at negative 0.51%, at negative 6.26%. Platinum follows closely at negative 0.38%, at negative 3.66%. Let's take a look at our next commodity. We have industrial metals. Aluminium tops the list at negative 0.34%, at negative 7.61%. Lead follows closely with 5.37% and positive 109.81%. Iron ore follows closely with 0.14% at 0.20%. Let's take a look at our next commodity. For today we have agriculture. Topping that list is cotton at 0.58%, at 0%, and following it closely is oats at negative 1.05%, at negative 0.04%. Lumber follows closely at 1, that's positive 1.74%, and positive 9.50%. Our last commodity for today, we will look at our last commodity for today. We have energy. Topping the list, we have natural gas. That's Henry Hub with negative 4.61%, at negative 0.11%. Ethanol follows closely at 0.05%, at 0%. And heating oil follows closely at 0%, at positive 0% too. That's it from the equities market, commodity and stock market. While our currency sold as of the close of market yesterday at 854 naira per dollar officially, and at the parallel market the naira sold at 1,238 naira per dollar. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back for our interview segment. Do stay tuned.
Complexities and dynamics of business in Nigeria. On Business Focus, we bring you insights from the forefront of industry innovation, business news, latest figures from the stock market with in-depth analysis and even market survey. Let's journey through the ever-evolving world of business and economics, where we decode the latest market moves and provide you with the knowledge to navigate the intricate web of business challenges. This is Business Focus.
Welcome back from that short break. We are here to discuss the evolvement of fintech industry in Nigeria, and to discuss this with me I have the lead consultant, iMira Global Consult, Mr. Steve Adisa. Good morning and welcome to Business Focus.
Good morning and thanks for having me.
And we also have an FCA, a financial analyst by name Mr. Wale Joshua. Welcome, Mr. Wale Joshua. Good morning.
Nice having me today. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to dive right in, and our topic we would be discussing fintech industry. What is your assessment of the fintech industry over the year initially? Mr. Steve, could you do us the honor?
Good morning once again. Thanks for having me. The fintech industry have been with us for over some decades now. Thanks to innovations, thanks to development in the industry, today we can boldly say that the industry is actually giving us a reason to rejoice, and also to have an alternative to the traditional banking service that we enjoy in the country. And it's also developing in a way to also aid the services of not just the SMEs, but rather every other sector of the country and economy, as its case may be. A lot of improvement, especially when you look at the mobile payments. You also look at even the lending part of it. A lot of things have evolved over the years since the inception of fintech.
Okay, so Mr. Wale Joshua, can you walk us through what exactly fintech is?
Well, the fintech industry came as a result of aspect of knowledge, artificial intelligence, the technological part of financial services, and as well as the desire of Nigerian government to improve the financial inclusion. So the financial inclusion, the drive for financial inclusion allowed the government to give a platform for the fintech industries, so that they close up the gap between the traditional banking sector can offer and what is obtainable for all citizens of Nigeria, whether they are educated, financially literate or not. So fintech came in to cover the gaps that the traditional banking sector wouldn't have covered, in terms of bringing much more people into savings nets and making sure they give the services deliverable by traditional financial banking sector to the people. And this has improved, one, the number of banked citizens, has improved the number of accounts that is available. Almost all phone numbers are now potential account numbers. It has improved the number of point of sales services available for dispensing of cash. It has improved a lot of platforms, depending on how you can think of it, depending on how artificial intelligence can give you platform to transform it. We have a lot of value chain which are available within the fintech, depending on how intellectually viable what you are presenting to the fintech industries is. All financial services are likely presentable on fintech, and this has given a lot of gaps to be covered.
Okay, so Mr. Steve Edisa, Mr. Joshua mentioned that financial inclusion. So why should the government be worried about financial inclusion of citizens?
You will agree with me that their involvement is as a result of the
government.
Thinking, yes, the government now thinking even ahead of the citizen.
Okay.
For instance, we are in a country where if nothing is working, instead of holding the institution accountable, we hold the government.
Sure.
All right? And if that is not done by government, for instance, like the point of regulation, the point of even you transacting with them, if all of these are not done, you will agree with me that citizens will rather look up to government than looking up to the institution. Okay? So it's important that government gets involved. I can set up a platform. What if the intention is not known and you log in the process? If I have a dubious act, I will get away with it.
Sure.
But if there is a regulator, and I have it in mind that there is a regulator that monitors my process, that monitors my activities, that also monitors the way I deal with people, then at that very point, you will be rest assured that even for you to carry out your whatever you call intention, you will also look at it that there is a consequence to every action.
Sure.
So at that very point, we can't stop government from getting involved. Again, has it brought easy life? Yes, it has brought easy life to everybody. You sit conveniently at the comfort of your home. You send money even as far as anywhere in the world. Right? Has it been there before?
No.
The answer is no. Now, the little hiccups we also have or we used to encounter with the traditional banking sector, they have also softened it, because as we speak now, the development in the telecom sector also gave birth to what we're also seeing in the fintech. So automatically, just as Mr. Joshua said, a potential phone holder shows that he can also own an account. So now, when you look at all of this, there is a regulator in the telecom industry. There is also a regulator in the financial sector. So all of these work together to ensure that everybody is safe, both the customers and also the service provider. They are all safe, because if one is not safe, then the other one too is not. So I think at this very point, what have been done before now they can also improve, especially when it comes to the regulation part of it. Cybersecurity is another challenge that governments also need to step up on how we keep fighting, and how we need to, they are faceless, we need to know them. Sure. Who are they? Where are they? And an individual cannot just pick up such challenge and say, oh, I heard their office is somewhere in Lagos, or I heard their office is somewhere in Sokoto, and you want to go there, knock on their door. Sure. But you will agree with me, if any government agency today, for instance, those like CBN, you talk of SEC, you talk of NCC, because there is face to everything, and that is why the aspect where we have both, we have name, right, which give an identification to everybody, including the fintech industry, because there is a picture behind the camera. So we really need to know who are the brains behind it, because remember, they also get involved in blockchain. All right, they are the crowd funding, and they also do P2P. Now, when you look at all of these, you will agree that before you do anything, you must know who is the person I am relating with. Can you marry without knowing the woman? All right, so you need to get to know who is the woman I want to marry to. All right, if I'm marrying a woman, does she have two hands? If all of these features are known, that is where the regulation comes in. All right, now seeing the woman that I'm relating with, it gives you the confidence that this woman cannot run with my money. All right, that is where the cyber security also comes in. All right, so a lot of things will be, and as it is now, we call it innovation, and every day things keep evolving, even in the sector.
Okay, so Mr. Wale Joshua, would you say what role would you say the COVID-19 played in the for the sector to evolve this way?
Well, COVID-19 has shaped the way the entire world thinks. What COVID-19 brought to us is that we can relate with each other without having a close contact, and that has to do with financial technology. I can relate with my bank, that's fintech this time around, instead of going into the banking hall. So COVID-19 has given this gap. During this COVID-19, you will remember that central bank came up with the e-naira policy. During this COVID-19, we have a lot of policies that supports not having a close contact, which has to do with the meetings and ways of sending messages. So COVID-19 has shaped and told us that we can transact, we can do business without having close relationship with each other. I mean close physical relationship with each other, while giving ourselves at least 6 meters gap or more. So we like that, and whether we like it or yes, we have to embrace what COVID-19 has brought, because it's an innovation which tells us that things can be done cheaper, things can be done faster, and things can be achieved with convenience. When we were to pay during COVID-19, we couldn't enter the banking sector. People start looking for POS machines so that they will transact, they will withdraw, they will deposit into their relatives account. Sure. That even came with scarcity of cash in the subsequent year. So that gave us a thinking challenge about how to close this gap, which fintech offered us it offered us a willing tool for closing the gap, and it has been pulling its weight, and it has been superb in achieving what we are looking at. What we are looking at currently is a good regulatory framework fintech has given us both forex, capital trading, insurance, the microfinance banking, lending, deposits and withdrawal. So it has simplified what we can obtain in the financial circle, not only in banking sector alone. It has given us options which we have to embrace, and developing this are emerging space within the financial sector. Government needs to come in urgently in terms of curbing the cyber security and bad intention behind the interface.
Sure.
If the platform has given us a good avenue for transaction, we know that people of bad intention will always come in, and we have to beat them to their games. And the best way to beating anybody to its game in terms of bad intention is that even if you do anything sneaker, you will be identified and you will be charged for it. That will deter a lot of people from committing whatever bad intention they want to do. We should work much on our identity management. We should work on our data management, which we know that it's not only one single agency within the federal government or within the Nigerian ecosystem, financial ecosystem, that is playing a role in doing this.
Okay, so Mr. Steve Adisa, how would you say is the consumer behavior on the fintech sector?
Well, with the statistics that we have, and NCC made us understand that we have over 190 million mobile phone users in Nigeria. Automatically, if they have not been enjoying the service, the industry would have grown to that level. And again, when you also metamorphose into the fintech industry, you agree with me that a place where you can get what you want, you keep going there regularly.
Sure.
For instance, when you look at the petty traders, unlike what we used to experience in the past, where you just have to go to somewhere, fill form, interface with somebody to get loan, even petty loans. Whereas today you can even sit at comfort of your home and do whatever you want to do, and you get soft loan. All right. Now, when getting that alone with ease increases the number. I think over time you even see. Okay, so a friend was sharing with me sometime last week and said a friend of ours took a loan from one of the, so to say, fintech industry, and the due dates came. She was unable to pay back.
Okay, that's one of the soft loans.
Yes. Okay. Now, those the faceless they have a face suddenly, and they began to call. they disturbed the life out of her, and she has to run to friends for her to be able to make payments. Now, if I know there is a place where I can get a soft loan and I can get it with ease, definitely I will become an apostle, if not an evangelist that will keep preaching about them. So I will recruit you. Alright? And in recruiting you means you also come to me and say, please, I need a soft loan, and I will tell you I don't have, but there is a place where you can get. So it increases the consumer number index. Again, you also look at how convenient is the service delivery. It's easier. Remember, you sit somewhere here now, I can easily send anything to anybody just because there is internet facility. If it's available, you can get it done. Okay? It also increases the consumer number index. And then when you also look at other fixtures, for instance, now you want a fund for a particular project, or you want a fund, like so many of those things are already on the internet. All right? Somebody is sick, before you know, you quickly see a setup, go fund it.
True.
All right? It also increases, number one, it increases the awareness that this thing exists.
True.
All right? Number two, it also shows that somewhere there is a place where I can meet with somebody, even if it's faceless. There is an investor waiting for somebody to come up. We do business, you have my interest in mind, we agree, you take the money, and then you do whatever you want to do. Remember, even if you go do fund me, there is a percentage that the company will also keep.
True.
And that money cannot come to you if you are not doing anything. So a lot of things are being done, and also importantly, they also manage data. And I think that's the aspect where, you know, the common people may not understand. They also manage data, where the issue of blockchain comes in. All right. So all of this put together, there is no how you will not keep increasing your consumer number index, particularly when you look at the available figure. Over 190 million. It's not a small market.
Sure.
And you can agree that everybody all over the world will want to come into such markets, knowing fully where there are people in the market that will buy.
Okay. So, Mr. Joshua, what would you say are some of the challenges of start-up fintech companies?
Some of the challenges of startup fintech businesses are the capital. It's capital intensive to start up a fintech company because of the software, the hardware, and the people were involved in setting up fintech industries. Most especially when technologically savvy people, technologically savvy professionals are short in supplies. So you have to pay more. You have to pay more in infrastructure. You have to pay more in in recruiting staffs. You have to pay more in getting the software itself, and you have to pay more in getting artificial intelligence. Because if you are not investing in artificial intelligence, you run the risk of giving out funds that will not be recovered, or taking funds that you will not be able to manage. So artificial intelligence will allow you to manage the credit risk, one of which, whether we like it or not, is employed by the loan sharks. They seek for your access, your permission to extract your contacts. After extracting your contacts, it gives them opportunity of sending messages to them at default that so person is defaulting. Please, if you know him, warn him. If you know him, tell him we are after him. So that's just what artificial intelligence can do. So that's on the negative side. We have those that are on the positive side. If collectively we can work on identity management, it will bring sanity to the system. And apart from those challenges, we have challenges in getting people awareness to that platform. Awareness in terms of what the accessories that will be given to that will be given to consumers. Accessories like POS, accessories like token, accessories like app, then cards. So you have to invest in this, and you have to invest in management of the back end administrative channel.
Sure, that's really interesting, Mr. Joshua. Mr. Adisa, so you mentioned data management. The fintech also does data management, and does that have to do with the cybersecurity and the details Mr. Joshua mentioned?
Yeah, of course. Just like what an average ICT person or ICT expert will say, nowhere is safe. Even the cloud is not safe. So, but all the same, somebody just have to manage something for somebody.
Sure.
All right, you may not have this capacity to be able to keep everything to yourself, and so by so doing, you open it up. All right. So in data management, it is not all that has to be because of their nature, right? Again, they come into the business, they manage. Remember, they are the only one who has the information of the customer.
Sure.
And from the AI is where you are able to send messages across. All right. Now, remember, the customer also consent to it. My information is in your hand. Use it at your own convenience.
Okay.
All right. Now, again, you also discover that if you are a good business person and you keep maybe meeting at a point, for instance, now like peer to peer, where the borrower meets with the lender, there is going to be an agreement. And if I keep meeting up, they keep increasing my stake.
Okay.
All right.
That's what you can borrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, as is increasing, a time can come where you can also now negotiate with the system. Oh, I am seeing this, the interest rate is too high, all right, then I need it reduced. But when they look at your profile, remember they at the back end they have it, and virtually everybody also, at least that's in the industry.
Okay.
So now, data of customers, even data of other customers. Other customers means other industries can also come to them to also keep data. For instance, now I need to keep something, I can easily go to the bank and give to the bank. Save this for me.
Okay.
At a later time, I will come for it. Okay. All right. So, but the fear of everybody is my data safe in your hand? All right. If my data is not safe in your hand, why can't I keep it with myself?
Sure.
But the question again is, do I have the capacity to keep what I have with me? And that is why you could discover that some months back, one or two traditional financial institutions had to delist some of this fintech from their list. Reason being that they sell the KYC is not known. But the
What's
fintech,
the KYC? Sorry, Mr. Edisa.
know your customer.
Okay.
All right. Now, the fintech industry had to go back to them and say, we know these people. You know us, but we know them. But they are not comfortable. So the reason being that more or less like it's a faceless environment. But remember, there is a BVN involved. There is also NIN involved.
So it's
now,
trackable.
Nobody can hide under anything. So why are you saying you don't know these people? You have my details. I have their details. Automatically, we are both keeping data. All right? Now, how we now work with the data available becomes the question. So again, and if they diverge information to a third party, for instance, like he rightly said, maybe somebody could not meet up.
Sure.
And you began to call.
That is very rampant.
All right, you began to call, and even you must have seen a situation where they even go after people. You know, at a point it turned to be fun, where they will say A goes after customer for inability to meet up and pay up their debt. Now, when you look at all of that, what if I say to you that I will pay? Give me time.
Okay.
All right.
Increase the time.
All right. Increase the time means the interest rate will also keep. It will keep going up. And again, when you look at it in the same industry where you have all of these players involved, you also discover that the customers are very wise now. They can save XYZ number and instead of 3 delete and put 2. By the time you are sending message, you are only sending message to a wrong number.
There is that too.
Yes, it exists in the industry. All right. So it's also one of the challenges they are also facing. All right. Because the person they are interacting with, they only know the person by the identification he supplied them. All right. But the other party, like those who presented as surety or probably guarantors, the customers are very funny. Just the same way the industry can be very funny. Customers are very funny. And they will just change the... So sometimes, I think I interacted with some people and they told me that if they call you, by the time they call you and they disturb you, just tell them, no, I'm no longer using an Android phone and I use a touchlight phone. So I can't even access what you are saying.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So that's denying the
So that's denying the fact that you took them. Now, can they take this information further or this fight further? To say, for instance, they're reporting you to Bureau of Credit, or can they also take it further that they want to report you to maybe security agency? Can they say they want to even go as far as reporting you to either the main provider or even the BVN where you register for it? Can anything be done? All right. So there are a lot of things involved. But the managing of our data they should also do more, because people, as they are working, people are also stepping up their own game.
Very, very true. That's really an interesting insight there. We will go on a short break. We are discussing the fintech industry involvement in Nigeria on Politics and Business TV. Do stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Worried about complexities and dynamics of business in Nigeria? On Business Focus, we bring you insight from the forefront of industry innovation, business news, latest figures from the stock market with in-depth analysis and even market survey. Let's journey through the ever-evolving world of business and economics, where we decode the latest market moves and provide you with the knowledge to navigate the intricate web of business challenges. This is Business Focus.
Welcome back from that break. We are discussing fintech industry on Business Focus today, and we have dissected it so far. And I have one question for you, Mr. Joshua. What would you say is the government doing to regulate cybersecurity and some other challenges in the industry?
Well, government is doing a lot, and we still expect much from government, one of which is the data management. Apart from data management, we have to we have issues that surrounds NFIU, Nigeria Financial Intelligence Unit, and we have issues surrounding the central bank itself. So we need to dissect the platforms, the agencies having to do with the platforms. One is the CBN in terms of the BVN. The other part is the NIM in terms of the NIMC in terms of identity management. Then we have the NFIU in terms of where can we get intelligence about transactions on fintechs. We have the Consumer Protection Council, which has to listening to complaints of the consumers and attend to that. We have a whole lot of agencies that has to do with management of financial technologies and management of their activities. But we need to harmonize this. Maybe the NFIU will come in to harmonize it because it's an interagency management issue. So we are looking forward to the government in doing this. A lot has been done in terms of management of transactions, the back end, the switch end, and the people end. A lot has been done, but like Mr. Stevens said, it's a continuous process and it doesn't stop at any time, at any point in time. Fintech needs to be conducting penetration tests, need to be conducting a lot of cyber security tests, and even needs to expose itself to international standard as regards management of the technological side of this. Then we have the conventional rules. Government should look at how to bring in the conventional legal frameworks in terms of what the insurance will do, in terms of what I will get if I'm dealing with fintech. Will I get this something similar to what the NICOM does with the banking sector? Will I get something in that range, or am I on my own? If I'm on my own, who caters for me? If I'm on my own, why will you allow them to be in existence? So we are still expecting more. Government has done more. Government has done really well, but we are still expecting more from them.
More needs to be done. That's really interesting. We have dissected the fintech industry in Nigeria on Business Focus today. I wanted to ask quickly what untapped opportunities would be for the fintech industry, Mr. Adisa.
A lot.
Okay.
A lot.
So could you just list one or two?
Yeah, one of it is we are not still using adequately our payments. For instance, you need to make payments now.
Okay.
People still go to the bank, which ordinarily shouldn't have been. All right, and that gives us the mind that during COVID, how would we improvise? Why are we going back again?
To the traditional
To the traditional banking. All right. Two, is it difficult for me to transact with somebody who is not close? Is it easy for the person to trust me as well? All right. So a lot of things are involved. Right. Another thing is that we are not tapping based on information. How are people getting to know about all of these services? Sure. If they know about the services, can they find it seamless? Okay. All right. So again, the buyer, the seller, which is the borrower, the lender, the SME, the fintech industry, they all just need to open up, do more publicity, do more advertorial, let people get to know the services available. There are so many platforms in which we can use today to do anything.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Adisa. Mr. Joshua, thank you for coming in.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so that's it on Business Focus today. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. I am Maria Adro Zakari. Bye-bye.